Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. Today we are going to be ranking the top 10 small forwards in NBA 2K21 right now. And I do want to make the point, just real quickly before I hop into this video, that this video is entirely in my opinion, for one. And number two, I'm ranking these players at these positions based on if they're eligible to play this position. For example, I rank the point guard position based on players with point guard eligibility, shooting guard with shooting guard eligibility, and so on and so forth. So that means that some of these guys in this list might be primary power forwards, primary shooting guards. In fact, I think most of them are. But they are all eligible to play at the small forward position. So for that reason, they're eligible for this list, because that's just how I personally like to do these lists. So one other thing, before we hop into this video, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on the grind to 1,500 subscribers on the channel now. I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. Rank these small forwards. So at the number 10 position, we have a new reward card from season 6 or season 7, I apologize, in Larry Keenan, who is a really good all-around card. I like this Larry Keenan card a ton. I think he's super good. 6'9", 205 pounds, so he can curry slide because he meets the weight threshold at 6'9". 46 Hall of Fame badges, hot zones everywhere except for the top. Hall of Fame Showtime only gold range, which is probably one of the few things that I think does take away from this card a little bit, because he has a great player model. He's huge, he's super athletic, great slasher, and one of the better defensive small forwards in the game. Comes with every Hall of Fame badge, pretty much basically every Hall of Fame badge except for off-ball pest on Hall of Fame defensively, which is absolutely ridiculous. He is so good on the defensive end. And I mean, you look at his defensive stats, it's 93 plus on everything. I mean, not any block besides that. It's pretty ridiculous. Also great slashing, really good athleticism. He's got a great player build. Only thing about this card is he only has gold range. He's missing, you'd rather him have like a Hall of Fame Deadeye. Would be cool. Hall of Fame range obviously would be nice. I'd only an 86.3, but if you put a 3-point shoe on him, that doesn't matter much. Him having base 4 on very quick, I don't love base 4, but on very quick, it's not bad. But I think that's the one thing that takes away from this card that prevents him from being higher up on this list, because he has great dribble 6. He's an amazing slasher. He's an amazing defender. His jump shot is just slightly questionable compared to some of the other cards on the list. For that reason, he comes in at number 10. At the number 9 position, we have Mr. DeMar DeRozan, the guy who I had number 1 at the shooting guard position a couple days ago. He wouldn't be number 1 at the shooting guard position anymore, but I do think he still makes the list at the small forward position. There are just reasons that I have him lower, much lower at the small forward position than I do at the shooting guard position. One of those reasons is there's just a lot more depth, I feel like, at the small forward position, especially at the top. There's a ton of really good power forwards that can play small forward, just small forwards, and shooting guards that can play small forward that have just gotten released into the game. Also, DeRozan is only 6'7". He doesn't have a huge player build. It's decent, but it's not huge. He has 39 Hall of Fames, including most every major Hall of Fame badge you could want. All the major, like, super key ones he does come with. Really solid defensive stats and all-around stats in general. I do wish his speed with ball was maybe a little bit higher, but it's not bad at all. Also, his perimeter defense ladder quickness at only 93. That's not bad, but it definitely could use a just slightly better, slightly higher rating. That being said, I still love this card. I think he's absolutely at the shooting guard position, and I think he's very good at the small forward position as well. Comes with the curry slide, pretty decent full court dribble 6, a phenomenal jump shot. He's a great card. I don't want to take away anything from this card just because he has a couple small flaws and he is a little bit smaller, but he is, I think, deserving of the number 9 spot on this list. At the number 8 spot, we have another Season 7 award, and also named Larry, in Larry Johnson, who I did do a gameplay on, and this Larry Johnson card is a super fun card to use. I really enjoyed him. He's 6'7", just like DeMar with 6'10" wingspan, but he does have a bigger player model than DeMar. I will point that out. Hot zones everywhere, 47 hops, including Showtime range, hot zone hunter, quick first step, unpluckable timer, handles for days, etc. Every single Hall of Fame badge on defense, with the exception of 4 that I don't think are super crucial. 90 plus on literally basically every single stat, with the exception like ball handle and passing stuff, and shot Q and intangibles, which don't matter. He's a great all-around card. Super solid. He can do everything. He dunks everything as well. I really was impressed by how good of a slasher he is. His jumper's good. He's a great card. I just wish he was a little bit taller, and I do honestly wish his jumper was a little bit better. His jumper's good. It's also fast, but I think there are cards with better jumpers on this list, and he's also just a little bit undersized. I don't think he can compete quite as high of a level as some of the guys that are higher up on this list, but I do think this Larry Johnson card is a very good card, especially for free. He is super good. At the number 7 position, we have Mr. LeBron, GOAT James. I wish he was higher up in this list because LeBron, I believe, is the GOAT in real life, and I think that it would be nice if 2K made the best players IRL the best at their positions in the game, but it is kind of hard to do that, and with LeBron not being able to shoot corner threes, that takes away from his viability, I think, a little bit. But besides his inability to shoot corner threes, he has everything else. He's tall, He can't curry slide. That's one other thing. He's at 250 pounds. He's too heavy at 6'9" to curry slide. I don't think that's crucial with the burst though. In his dribble 6, he's got great dribble 6. Hot zones everywhere. Hall of Fame Showtime, range extender, handles for days, quick first step, ankle breaker, bailout. Again, every major Hall of Fame badge you could want. 97s on a lot of the defensive stats. 97 speed, acceleration, 96 speed with the ball. His size is just ridiculous. He's super fast. Has amazing dunking, amazing shooting. Just basically a GOAT card in terms of his stats. Jumper's not bad. He just can't shoot from corners, and I think the fact that he steps in from corners and even steps in from the wing sometimes, shoots a lot of twos, takes away from him a little bit. And it's not one of the easiest jumpers to green of jumpers on this list as well. So as good as he is, I don't think he's anywhere near worth the price tag that he's going for right now, and I don't think he's better than 6 other small forwards on this list. At the number 6 position, we have I was about to type in Dr. J. Dr. J, Julius Erving, who came out this past week. And Julius Erving's an amazing, amazing card. I know he's only 6'6", and people are going to say, why is a card who's 6'6" higher than a guy who's 6'7" and DeRozan, Larry Johnson, guys like that? Well, for one, Julius Erving has an afro, as we all know, so his player model is huge. Players with afros have 2-3 inches extra in height. They just do. It's just how the game is. He looks 6'8". He's got hot zones everywhere, 48 Hall of Fame badges, every major shooting badge and defensive badge and slashing. Just basically an incredibly complete card. Same thing statistically. He's got better stats than DeRozan as well, which I think helps him, and better stats than Larry Johnson. Plus, he has Rudy Gay's release on very quick, which I think is one of the better jumpers in the game. It's super fast, super smooth, comes with the curry slide, great behind the back, really, really, really amazing all-around card. I really enjoy using this Julius Erving. He's my starting shooting guard right now, but he's amazing at the small forward position as well. At the number 5 position is a guy who I think a lot of people are going to have issues with me not putting higher, and that's Invincible Kobe Bryant. For one, this card basically doesn't exist, and when he does exist, he's 4.5 million MT, so very few people actually have this card. But the thing about Kobe that I think prevents him from being higher on this list, despite the fact that he's a GOAT card and he's Kobe, is the fact that he's only 6'6" and he doesn't have a huge player build. I think that holds him back a little bit compared to some of the 6'10", 7-foot monsters at the small forward position that we'll get to in a second. But that being said, he is an incredible, incredible card. And I think the debate between him and number 4 is actually super, super close. And I'll get into why I put that guy at number 4 in a second. But Kobe, I don't even really think it's worth going over stats. He's got hot zones over 60 Hoffs. His gold badges, I mean, he doesn't have a Hall of Fame rim protector or post move lockdown, but that's literally it in terms of mattering. 99, basically everything. Kobe Bryant released on very quick. It's one of the best releases in the game. Pro 3 behind the back. Curry slide, amazing card. He's the best shooting guard in the game. I just don't think he's the best small forward in the game because he is undersized, and that just holds him back a little bit. At the number 4 position is a guy who I don't see why I'm ever putting over Kobe. I'm not going to lie, Bailey Howell. But I just think Bailey Howell's slightly better. And I think people are going to have issue with that, and that's okay. He's 6'7", hot zones everywhere, 44 Hoffs, including Showtime range, flexible, handles for days, quick first step, unpluckable. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time going over Hall of Fame badges. Every card is borderline a GOAT card at this point. That's just how it is. Obviously, his stats aren't as good as Kobe's, but they're very, very solid. But he does have the trade work based on very quick. He has a much bigger player model than Kobe. I know it says 6'7", but he looks 6'8", 6'9". He has a really, really good jumper. So chicken, so easy to green. It's the same jumper as DeMar DeRozan, except it's on very quick. It's such a good jumper. Comes with the curry slide, pro and behind the back. He's basically a DeMar DeRozan clone who could play who plays the small forward position and has a bigger player model and the release on very quick. He's basically just a better DeMar DeRozan, and I think because of his increased size and his better ability to compete on the interior, that sets him apart from a guy like DeMar DeRozan or Julius Erving, or even Kobe Bryant. I just think he plays much better defensively against the top demigod small forwards in the game. And now we're going to hop right into those demigod small forwards, and we're going to start off with Jonathan Isaac, who's 6'11", has the ability to play at the small forward position and moves amazingly. There's only one really flaw on this Jonathan Isaac card, but he has hot zones everywhere from 3. It only comes with gold. He doesn't come with Showtime. That's the first thing to point out. But they made Showtime so easy to get by offering it twice in the token market last week that it is super easy to get a Jonathan Isaac with Hall of Fame Showtime. Same thing with Hall of Fame Heart Crusher. You want those 2 badges on Hall of Fame? Yes. But it is not hard to get those 2 badges on Hall of Fame at all on this card. There are so many badged up Jonathan Isaacs on the auction house, and if you're picking up this card, pick him up with those 2 badges. Statistically, he's a phenomenal card. And his jump shot is good. Jump shot 70, I don't think is an elite jump shot, but it's a very solid jump shot. He has the Pro 2 size, even though he can't curry slide because he's too tall. Pro 3 behind the back, and he has amazing dunk animations. If you use defensive animations. If you've used Jonathan Isaac this year or last year or even the year before in 2K, you know that Jonathan Isaac just moves differently on defense. He's very similar to a guy like Giannis on defense because he plays every lane, he gets every contest, he gets every steal, he plays amazing on ball or off ball. He's just so good on both ends of the court. And I think that separates Jonathan Isaac from every other card on this list. I think there's just two cards who do what he does a little bit better than him. At the number 2 position, we have Mr. Thon Maker. And Thon Maker came out the same time as Jonathan Isaac did in the fan favorites packs. And Thon is a super, super good card. He's an inch taller than Jonathan Isaac, 7'3" wingspan, hot zones everywhere, 47 hoffs, including every major Hall of Fame badge you could want. Again, just like basically every other card. I do recommend putting defensive Grinches on him to boost his interior and perimeter defense a little bit. I don't think he needs them because his player model does kind of help make up for it. But if you boost those stats a little bit, it does not hurt him at all, obviously. And then jump shot 47, it is a better jump shot than Jonathan Isaac. I think that's one of the things that separates him just a little bit, and I think he moves a little bit better as a dribbler. His just sigs feel a little bit faster on him as well, which I think is the other thing that separates him just slightly from Jonathan Isaac. Slightly better jumper, slightly better movement on offense. I think that just pushes him over Isaac a little bit, and obviously they're both amazing cards, but I do prefer Thon Maker just a little bit. And at the number 1 position, we have the same damn card who was number 1 on the list last time, and Mr. Danny Ferry. And yeah, y'all are probably saying it's a 98 overall. If you've used Danny Ferry, I can guarantee you're not saying that. I'll say that. 6'10", 7'5" wingspan, hot zones everywhere, 33 hoffs, including every major Hall of Fame badge you could want. Again, I know it's less Hall of Fames, but they're crucial Hall of Fames. The six best defensive badges, in my opinion, on Hall of Fame. So, Hall of Fame bailout, quick first step, handles for days, and unpluckable. Every Hall of Fame shooting badge that you could want, as well as Hall of Fame showtime. 95s on a lot of the major crucial stats. At his player build being so big with these amazing stats, he just moves phenomenally. And then he has jump shot 98 on very quick with Rudy Gay upper, which in my opinion is arguably the best jump shot in the game. Also has the Pro 2 Curry slide, size up, even though he is too tall to Curry slide, and he has the Pro 3 behind the back, Pro 2 between the legs, best dribble season in the game. This card is just so elite for no reason. I don't know why 2K decided to make Danny Ferry like the best card in the game. He's been out for like a month now, and he's still, in my opinion, the best small forward in the game. I have mine badged up to 41 Hall of Fame badges, and he is so good. I honestly am not sure that Danny Ferry will leave my lineup for the rest of the year because he is that good and he is a free card. So that is going to do it for this video. I have a feeling that this video is a little bit of a controversial one, so let me know what you think of my list. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, make sure you drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm dropping 2K content every single day, so I'd really appreciate your support if you subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. Appreciate y'all. Peace.